My name is Kayla Walker, and I've been a Richardson police officer for 13 years. I would like to thank you all for listening and allowing me to come speak tonight. I'm going to read from this paper so I don't miss anything. I know you guys are busy people. I'm here to talk to you about an issue that has been happening at the Richardson Police Department for my entire career. I stand before you to speak on behalf of myself and many current and former officers. The Richardson Police Department has been illegally using quotas to evaluate and discipline officers. Patrol officers are threatened with punishment for not writing enough tickets, arresting enough people, and or making enough citizen contacts. The command staff does this under the guise of monthly productivity reports to compare officers to one another. It is against Texas state law to require officers to achieve a certain number of tickets written lest they be punished. Texas Transportation Code Section 720.002 states in part, a political subdivision or an agency of this state may not establish or maintain formally or informally a plan to evaluate, promote, compensate, or discipline. 1. A peace officer according to the officer's issuance of predetermined or specified number of any type of combination or types of traffic citations, or, subsection B, that the peace officer is required or expected to use a predetermined or specified number of any type of combination of types of traffic citations within a specified period. We are requesting that you initiate an investigation into this issue. In the past year, we have noticed this specific issue becoming worse and honestly unbearable for some officers. That is why I have decided to come forward tonight to speak to you all in the hopes that this will force a change. I take this step while recognizing that coming forward will likely be detrimental to my own career. The Richardson Police Department is aware of the illegality of these quotas, which is why they have attempted to undermine the law by categorizing these quotas as averages and productivity. We have stat sheets that are updated bi-weekly and on my night shift every week. They provide these numbers for a reason. They are updated so officers that have low activity at the beginning of the month can see the number of citations, arrests, and contacts that are needed are required in order to try to get above the top average before the end of that month. Some officers have actually been told specific numbers for arrests and citations to produce every month so they do not get in trouble. This is the definition of an illegal quota. Other supervisors are smarter and use the average number to direct your expected monthly activity output, or what we call our monthly quotas in patrol. The bottom line is an average is still a number. In January of 2020, it was reported to the media that officers in Whittier, California, made complaints about the same quota system using shift averages as a benchmark for performance in order to compare officers to each other. Those officers who refused to participate in this practice later filed a lawsuit. It is reported that these officers were granted $3 million settlement. Other departments in Texas, such as Arlington, Fort Worth, Mount Enterprise, League City, San Antonio, Calvert, Texas, Harris County, and DPS, have made headlines recently for varying degrees of quota accusations, as well as a city manager in Marlin, Texas, subsequently being arrested and charged with abuse of official capacity by the Texas Rangers in 2019. These are just to name a few. Speaking on my own experience, on March 4th, I would advise that if I did not bring my own numbers up above the sector average by April, I would, and I quote, suffer. When I asked what suffering meant, I was told that I would be placed on a corrective action plan with every other month inspections increasing to monthly. I would also be required to have meetings with command staff members, and finally, this would be detrimental to my evaluation, and I might not recover from it. And I quote, if I'm given a bad evaluation, that would result in me being placed close to the end of the patrol bidding list, which would ultimately affect my schedule. This means, unless I meet this illegal quota, I could potentially have my parenting time limited with my 8-year-old son. I'm literally faced with a choice of violating state law or limiting my time with my child. No parent should ever have to make that choice. Other officers have been threatened with being removed from part-time jobs, special assignments. Some others have recently even been threatened with forced resignation. I strongly believe that most of our frontline supervisors are being pressured to participate in this illegal quota system by command staff members above them. We understand the need for citations and arrests in our job. We are not contesting that. We're simply protesting the illegal quota practice that strips officers of one of the most important things we have in our job, discretion. In this day and age, when all police are under a microscope, our actions need to be above reproach. Quotas erode the public's trust in our department and strip away the integrity of every officer. I implore you to please take action so we can stop this illegal quota system at our Richardson Police Department. Thank you.
Thank you for your input. Any other cards?